Here's more wrestling news for February 2nd, 2026. Your headlines for this afternoon include why so many empty seats at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, backstage buzz over Royce Key's Royal Rumble debut, real reason Chris Jericho missed Royal Rumble 2026 revealed, Brie Bella's current WWE status after Royal Rumble return, Tommaso Ciampa shocks AEW, wins TNT title in debut match, real reason Saraya posted training footage before Rumble, footage reveals fans tried to snatch WWE star's coat at Royal Rumble, Solo Sikoa flips off fan, and more. WWE's first ever Royal Rumble in the Middle East was promoted as a landmark event for the company's global expansion. But during the broadcast from Riyadh, many viewers couldn't help but notice what appeared to be large empty sections inside the stadium, sparking immediate criticism online. Now there's an explanation. According to PW Insider, WWE sources indicated that the visual issue was tied to a production experiment that didn't translate well on television. The company reportedly used LED lighting integrated into the seating areas as part of a new presentation concept. On camera, however, the lighting effect created darker patches in the crowd, making sections of the venue appear far emptier than they actually were. One production source later admitted that this approach will not be used again for future events in Saudi Arabia. Internally, WWE officials stated that approximately 25,000 tickets were moved for the show, a number that would place the event among the company's largest international gates in recent years. If accurate, that figure tells a very different story than what some viewers perceived during the broadcast. At the same time, the optics fueled separate conversations online. Some fans in Saudi Arabia pointed to resale market issues, claiming the tickets originally priced around 80 Riyals, roughly $21 were being flipped for as high as 1,012 Riyals, around $270. That price spike reportedly discouraged some local fans from attending, adding another layer to the discussion. While WWE's production experiment appears to have played a major role in the on-screen presentation, the broader debate around ticket accessibility and the live crowd perception hasn't gone away. Last night's Rumble delivered its usual chaos and surprises, but when former powerhouse Hobbs entered at number 14, the buzz wasn't limited to the arena, it extended backstage as well. As the crowd in Riyadh reacted to the imposing newcomer, WWE initially displayed the name Powerhouse Hobbs on screen before quickly transitioning to his new WWE identity, Royce Keys. The change immediately caught attention and sparked conversation behind the scenes. According to Fightful Select, despite Hobbs having a brief run in the match, the backstage response to his debut was overwhelmingly positive, though not without some confusion. We heard very positive things about the debut of Royce Keys and his reaction backstage and his overall introduction to many on the WWE staff. There were some confused as to how WWE could use Powerhouse Hobbs, as the Powerhouse name originated in AEW. Reports also indicate that Hobbs turned down a significant offer from AEW before signing with WWE. Ahead of his Rumble appearance, he reportedly reached out to Jim Ross to express his gratitude and readiness for the next chapter of his career. If early backstage reactions are any indication, Royce Keys may be positioned for a strong start in WWE. The question now is, should he land on Raw or SmackDown, and who should be his first opponent to establish him as a serious threat? Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Chris Jericho did not return at the 2026 Royal Rumble, despite weeks of speculation and betting odds listing him among the favorites. As it turns out, Jericho remains under contract with All Elite Wrestling and never officially became a free agent. The clarification came during Fightful's February 1st post-Royal Rumble show, where Sean Ross Sapp confirmed that Jericho is still listed on AEW's official roster page, a strong indicator that he remains with the company. As of today, Chris Jericho is still listed on the AEW roster page, which is a great indication of whether somebody is still with the company, and Chris Jericho has not left the company as of yet. Whether it's because his deal got frozen or they extended it, that I don't know, but when I saw people outright saying, oh, his deal is officially up, no, it was not officially up, it was presumably up, and that was incorrect. Outside the ring, Jericho remains active. He's set to appear on the upcoming Apple TV series Margot's Got Money Troubles, premiering April 15th, and his band Fozzy begins its Eyes on You tour in February. Those commitments alone make a surprise WWE return unlikely, at least for now. Brie Bella's surprise appearance in the Royal Rumble delivered one of the loudest reactions of the night, and now details have emerged about how tightly WWE guarded the secret. According to PW Insider, WWE went to great lengths to keep Brie's return hidden, reportedly limiting knowledge of her involvement to a small group of officials. She was said to have been kept out of sight backstage and only brought into the inner circle hours before the match. There were no public rehearsals or walkthroughs. The operation was handled with complete discretion. The secrecy worked. Entering at number 29, Brie stepped into Riyadh Season Stadium to a thunderous ovation, reuniting with Nikki Bella for the first time in years. The Bella twins quickly made an impact, eliminating both Bayley and Lyra Valkyria before being eliminated moments later by Lash Legend. The reunion has already fueled speculation about a longer-term return, especially after Nikki took to social media with celebratory posts declaring, "Bella twins are back, and we run it, we rule it." It's already known that Nikki has signed a contract with WWE, and Brian Alvarez also provided an update on Brie Bella's contract status. He stated that this is not just a one-off appearance, but the beginning of what is expected to be a full-time return for Brie. However, he added that the length of the contract and other specific details are not known at this time. With WrestleMania 42 on the horizon, the question now is whether WWE should build toward one final Bella Twins showcase. Should WWE give the Bella Twins one more marquee match at WrestleMania 42? Let us know in the comments. Tommaso Ciampa is officially part of the AEW roster, and he wasted no time making his presence felt. After debuting on AEW Dynamite earlier in the week, Ciampa stepped into his first AEW match on the January 31st episode of Collision, challenging Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship. What followed was a physical, hard-hitting battle. Briscoe absorbed multiple psycho drillers and continued to fight, refusing to stay down. Ciampa maintained control down the stretch, ultimately sealing the victory with a German suplex into a running knee strike to capture the TNT title. With the win, Ciampa became TNT champion in his AEW in-ring debut, a rare feat previously accomplished by Mercedes Moné. The crowd responded with loud chants of support, fully embracing Ciampa's immediate rise. Commentary highlighted the significance of the moment, emphasizing how uncommon it is for a newcomer to claim championship gold on their first night. However, the celebration was short-lived. Kyle Fletcher appeared moments later, confronting the new champion without saying a word, making it clear that his focus is now on the TNT title. Following the Royal Rumble in Riyadh, new fan-captured footage has surfaced showing a tense moment involving Solo Sikoa as he made his way backstage. The incident occurred moments after Obafemi eliminated Sikoa from the Rumble match, ending his bid for a WrestleMania title opportunity. As Solo walked up the ramp, one fan leaned over the barricade and repeatedly shouted while pointing close to his face. Sikoa stopped, stared down the heckler, and swatted the fan's hand away before responding with a brief gesture. He then continued walking to the back without further incident. Separate fan footage from the event captured another situation earlier in the night. As Ilja Dragunov moved his coat on the entrance ramp while heading down to the ring, a small group of fans near the barricade reached out and attempted to grab it. Cameraman Stu quickly noticed the commotion and pointed toward the group, signaling them to stop. Realizing they'd been seen, the fans immediately returned the coat to the ramp. A WWE staff member then stepped in and retrieved it before the situation escalated. Royal Rumble may be built on chaos inside the ring, but outside it, maintaining control is just as important. Saraya had fans convinced she was on the verge of a surprise return at the 2026 Royal Rumble, but in the end, it was all intentional misdirection. Speaking during Fightful's February 1st Royal Rumble post-show, Sean Ross Sapp confirmed that Saraya was never actually considered for the event in Riyadh. Despite training footage surfacing just 2 days before the show, the speculation was exactly what she intended. "No, Saraya, this was not considered. She was not there," Sapp said. "I actually dropped her a message and I was like, you post the training footage 2 days before the Royal Rumble and it gets sent to me 10 times in 10 minutes. She's like, that's what I live for, just trolling. Go figure, right?" Fans had hoped for a WWE comeback after 4 years away and more than a year since her last match. Instead, Saraya delivered a perfectly timed social media swerve, and judging by the reaction, it worked exactly as planned. Elena Black has officially signed with TNA Wrestling. Now, Black has offered additional insight into why the decision was not as straightforward as it may have appeared. Speaking on Busted Open Radio, Black revealed that WWE's growing working relationship with TNA initially made her hesitant to commit to the company. She explained that early on, the closeness between the two promotions gave her pause. I think obviously there's always a little bit of that, but right now, I think maybe more so in the beginning, I was hesitant to come to TNA just because of how close the relationship was. I kind of felt like I needed to distance myself, which I think was good, me taking that time off. According to Black, creating that distance allowed her to reset both emotionally and professionally, giving her a clearer sense of independence following her WWE release. I feel very more far removed than I did at the time, so I mean, yeah, that's obviously always in the back of, I think, anybody's head who kind of gets let go, and it's like, okay, look, what am I gonna do without you? While acknowledging that perspective, Black made it clear she is not driven by bitterness or a desire for validation from WWE. But that's also not really my focus right now. My focus is just having fun and loving wrestling again. And hey, if with that comes them being like, damn, we messed up, we should have kept her, then hey, so be it. But that's not what I'm looking to accomplish, I guess. Now officially back in TNA, Black's comments frame her next chapter as one centered on personal fulfillment rather than proving a point. Any second thoughts from WWE, she suggested, would be incidental, not the goal. What do you think of Elena Black's mindset as she begins this new phase of her career? Share your views below. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.